we live in globalization times. That means there is trading of goods and there is trading of service, and sometimes there is service embedded in goods. And this is Industry 4.0, digitalization. Those goods are very vital and crossing countries and borders. And so it's absolutely important to have rules under which those goods and services are traded and investments are deployed in the countries. So the WTO is the ground structure for how to trade the goods and how to trade the services, the data flows in a globalized world. And without a WTO, we would have obstacles, and we would destroy the opportunities and the welfare of many, many people all over the world. We have to speak about market access. We have to speak about, when it comes to disputes between countries, about disputes settlement mechanism. And we have to speak about rules, how we support or how we accompanying companies bringing out those services and those goods across the borders. So therefore it's not one rule which is the most important, but to give you an answer, there is a so-called modus 5 in how to deal with services, and we would like that the embedded services in goods, in real goods, Germany is very good, for instance, on manufacturing goods, but there are so many services embedded in those goods, and then they are taxed, or at the border they get a customs duty. Also the services. We would like to exclude this in order to really make things happen in a better way and to bring out of the digitalization better perspectives for companies and people also across Germany, across Europe, also in the so-called developing world, the developing countries, and using these instruments to exclude those embedded services in manufactured goods. This would be a huge step, but it's just one instrument and one rule among many others. The MC11 is a very difficult and a conference against the backdrop of a time where there is not much motivation of specific countries in order to invest in, let's say, global public goods. Global public goods are global trade rules and mechanism to make goods and services across the borders flow. And right now there are many countries who are very concentrated on their own. Some would say they are a bit selfish and not interested in or not motivated enough in the WTO, under the umbrella of the WTO, to bring things forward. So having this in mind, the Ministerial Conference was nevertheless a success, because it has shown that the countries need the WTO. We have not so much success in bringing new ideas and new topics in a better position to develop the things, but nevertheless, most of the countries, hopefully every country out of the 164, they know that they need the WTO. There is dispute about how to bring the WTO in a better position, or maybe how to have the break and say, no, we don't want to go further right at the moment. So, but that's not the time to complain. At least we had a conference and we succeeded in keeping the WTO alive.